Hello everyone, welcome to the Phone Museum. Today I will introduce iPhone SE in 2020. iPhone SE has Apple A9 processor which clocked in 1.85 GHz with two cores, dual cores, with IT PowerVR GT 7600 GPU which clocked in 600 MHz. Also has 2 gigs of RAM, and when this first came out, which was 2016 March, at that time it was 16 and 64 gigabyte, and after 2017 March they start selling 32 and 128 gigabyte memory storage. This one have a 4-inch display with 640 by 1136, which 326 ppi. Also, it has Bluetooth 4.2 and NFC for Apple Pay. Also, Wi-Fi ABGN and AC. This one have 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, 12 megapixel rear camera with a true tone dual flash. On the top there's a sleep and wake button, and on the right there's a SIM card tray. Bottom there's speaker, mic, and lightning port, and 3.5mm headphone jack. This is the last iPhone that has 3.5mm headphone jack. On left there's a silence switch and a volume up and down. Also this one have a 1624 milliamps battery inside. This comes with iOS 9.3, and this is all the way up to iOS 13 and is still supporting. This one have a first generation Touch ID. I used this phone for over 7-8 months. This is pretty decent phone. It's nice and tiny. You can use it in one hand. However, this phone is too small for 2020. I know many people thought this phone was pretty big in 2012 when iPhone 5 came out. But it's 8 years later, this is way too small. Let's talk about audio. So audio, recent smartphone mostly have a stereo speaker on the here. However, this one just have a mono speaker, but the sound quality is pretty good. And the battery for this phone is not so good. I bought this phone for new version, so it has 100% of battery health. However, it lasts for the screen on time. It lasts about 3.5 to 4 hours maximum. So not too decent. Especially I'm usually using Wi-Fi instead of LTE. So if you use more LTE, then your phone battery die quickly. And for the camera, 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is same as iPhone 5s. So this first front-facing camera is not so great. I think this is great for only FaceTime or Skype, those kind of stuff. And for the rear camera, is a 12 megapixel camera. When it's the same sensor as 6S. However, when 6S came out with 12 megapixel camera, at even that time, the 12 megapixel camera is not so great compared to the other comparison, even iPhone 6, especially in dark night. So the camera is not so great. And what about the display? So this one has less than HD resolution, But for this small screen, 4-inch screen, this display is pretty decent. I can see in outdoor sunlight for 300 ppi, so it's pretty high pixel density, so I don't have no complaint about it. But similar to the iPhone 5s, when you're using long time, on the side, it's getting yellowish display. I don't like that. Even I use only 7 to 8 months, it's getting yellowish screen for the edge. So if I use more, it will be more noticeable, and which is not so great. This one is a little different to the burn-in or the iPhone 5, 5s, and SE's problem. But problem is not only that, but also there's lots of bugs in iOS. There's a UI is breakdown, and sometimes I try to type, the keyboard has problem, and sometimes rotation have a problem, so I have to turn off and turn on my phone back. And sometimes I don't get notification. Like one of my friends sent me a Facebook message yesterday, but my phone still didn't give me a notification about it. So I found out the message when I went to the laptop and go to Facebook, and I found that message. So I go into the Messenger app, and at that time, just my phone rings like many times. Like those problems. And have a weather application has bugs as well. Sometimes they don't give me a location or temperature and anything. It's just like little sad face going on. Still, this have a great benefit, which is obviously small, so it's a pretty light. iPhone 11 Max have over 200 grams, but this one only 113 grams, so it's pretty light. And also, Apple put in a motion processor really pretty late for the smartphone era, because Samsung they put motion sensor in Galaxy Note 2, so they put like when you wave up, you can see the little pop-up and notification time, battery, those kind of stuff. But they start putting in iPhone 7 with Apple A7 chip with M7. But they did pretty good with motion sensor. For example, like lift up to wake up. I think iPhone is the one of phone I used, and it works almost 100%. Not 100%, but almost 100%. And one good thing about the iOS is in any apps, you just scroll down and you wanna go top, just double tap for the top bar. I think that's really useful. Those kind of stuff. So, iPhone SE, is it worth it in 2020? I would say yes and no. If someone really like light and small phone like SE, this is pretty good because Apple A9 chip is still powerful, so there's almost no lag. There were some lags for the loading widget and kind of stuff, but other than that, there's not so much. It's pretty fast. So if you want a smartphone, this is 100% go. However, even you like smartphone, you need to think about some bugs on iOS. But if you're okay with that, and I think this is the only option that has smart screen and powerful processor, so it depends on you want smartphone or not. If you want a smartphone, this is definitely almost only phone exists. But you don't like smartphone and there's a thousand of different phone you can pick up, so it depends on you like smartphone or not. And also I really like this iPhone design. This is best iPhone design in history. It's way better than iPhone 11 or iPhone 10, those like bunch lenses. I think this is nice and clean and well built. Anyways, thank you for watching this video and hopefully see you in next video.